Hi, this is Life Prepper here, and I've been watching a TV show called The Last Ship, and it's showing where the United States has kind of divided up in sections, and they're turning humans into basic slaves in order, and here's how they're doing them. We're not paying you anything. We're forcing you out of your homes, and here's what you're going to get. You're going to get fed. We're going to give you food. That's it. In order to survive, we're going to feed you. And that's it. We're going to put you up in a quarters or whatever, and you're going to work however many hours we say. If we say you're going to work 16 hours a day, you're going to work 16 hours a day, or we're not going to feed you. If you're no longer able to do the work, we're not going to feed you. If you cause problems, we're not going to feed you. Now, the thing is, here it is. They come in and they clean the stores out. They took all the supplies. It was in the stores. They went into the houses, forced the people out of their homes, told them they had so many hours within to get out of the home. Then they took whatever was in the home, whatever food, whatever supplies, whatever. They took it and they loaded it up and says, okay, now you're gone. You have a choice. So they're making these people, forcing them through hunger to become these human slaves. Now, slavery is everywhere, of all races, of all both sexes or all sexes, because there's whatever. So it's not about race. It's about how they're manipulating the human race and give them a choice. Either you turn around and you do as we say, or you're not going to get fed. Bottom line, you're not going to get any kind of medical treatment. But if you've watched or you read stories, the history book says, once the people became no longer any use, they was gotten rid of, they was put down, or they were just left to the side of the road to die, or whatever the thing is. So we say, well, no, we couldn't do that. We wouldn't do that. No, I'm not. Yes, we would. You got people out there that's very greedy, very power hungry, and they will turn around and want to control their region by doing this through force, through starvation. By taking the food away from everybody, they're starving. So the plague has been put under control, basically, now in the U.S. here. So now they're going to turn around. They said, well, we want our stuff running, so we're going to use you. So this is what's going to happen. Majority of the people have no idea what plants out there to live off of. They just don't. They've never had a hunt for anything or fish for anything, don't know how to begin to clean it or anything in that area. Most of these people have been surviving by scavenging for whatever canned food they got or living in refugee communities that was given whatever supplies they could give them. So now the plague is over with, whatever. And now they're saying we want heat back. We want our TVs back. We want a good warm house back. We want all this stuff now because it's over with. And we expect it. So now these people have divided up in regions. So they're taking all this away from these people, saying, well, we don't have it. They was complaining about the ration books. They murdered the president because he put the ration plans in effect to control the food and spread it out among everybody so everybody would have food. So then they took the ration things away. They've taken all the stores away, quit delivering the food, and forcing these people into starvation in order to enslave them to work for them 16 hours a day to keep their plants going, keep the power plants going, keep the oil going, keeping the supplies going, while they're sitting up there nice and comfortable. So this can happen. I mean, it's happened in other countries. It's happened. I mean, they had chain gangs here that worked and did things. They had the factories here where children was working in them 10, 12, 14 hours a day. They had children crawling in the mines, going through the little holes to place explosives and stuff. So it has happened in the past, and it can happen again for people who do not know how to survive. Now, the thing is back during the past time, people did raise more of their own food. People did know how to live off the land. People did go out and fish and hunt. Many of them did. But as society changed, they become moved into the cities. They become more codependent. They had no idea or thoughts how to really survive because they had lost that knowledge. So you got all these survivors and they don't know how to survive. They are very codependent. So this is what could happen. We could be enslaved into a new world. I mean, this is something you got to think about. You know, they down preppers, they down farmers, they down communities like Eden in Texas, who lives totally off the land and basically grids. They down off gridders. They down anybody that tries to raise their own food or even stocks their own food. They tell you to stock up for they at least a month's supply, but then you're called a terrorist if you got too much food. So this is what can happen. They're going to come in. They're going to take all your food. They're going to take whatever medical supplies you got if it suits their needs. So, while those in power are going to be eating a good meal, they're going to force you in starvation for you to come and work for them for 16 hours a day. And if you're not able to do it, they're going to leave you along the side of the road and let you die or starve or whatever it is. If you are physically no use to them, if you got bad knees, you got a bad back, you got one arm missing or two arms missing, or you're in a wheelchair, they're going to let you die. They're not going to worry about you. They're going to take those that suits their needs, and once they've used them up, they're going to toss them to the side. Now, this here can happen. It has happened in many cases, as you've seen in the history books and old films and stuff you've seen in that is on file and stuff. It has happened. It can happen again. And it really is left up to us on how we are going to survive ourselves. If we do not take time to learn how to survive for ourselves off the land by fishing or hunting or any of the other means, if we do not take time to learn how to collect rainwater and filter it so we can have water to drink, or learn how to create heat to keep us warm and be contented without our Wi-Fi's and without our fancy homes and without our fancy clothes, we are going to be enslaved. And that's just what's going to happen. They are using starvation to enslave these people by taking all their food away from them and starving these people, forcing them into a slavery situation in order to get food. So this is Life Prepper here. I want you to be safe, be happy. Bless y'all, and watch that show, Last Ship, and maybe it'll make you think about something.